It's the month of November. Maybe I should just pick the Arkansas Razorbacks to just win out because it's November. What's going on, Arkansas Razorback fans, SEC fans, and college football fans everywhere? Thank you so much for stopping by and checking out the video. This is the Pig Trail Network. I'm Tyzel83, and I want to thank you guys so much for stopping by. I appreciate it. It means the world. If you would, at the end of the video, like, comment, share the content you're watching. Of course, if you haven't already, feel free to tap that wonderfully sexy subscribe button down below. I don't think anybody's surprised that Arkansas won this game. A little surprised that they won the way that they did, sure. Absolutely. Winning by 21 points against a ranked team, a top 12 team is, well, it's impressive. I don't care if you do it at home, away, or a neutral site. That's impressive. Now, did I pick Florida to win this game? I did. And I don't know that anybody could blame anybody for picking Florida to win this game. Obviously, not just because they were ranked or because it's Florida or because that Arkansas's never beaten Florida before since joining the conference. But for me, it was the way Arkansas played in the second half against Auburn. It was like this team just was done buying into Brett Bielema, done buying into Rob Smith. It was like they had already thrown the towel in and the year was only halfway over. And that just kept kind of replaying in my mind. The way they looked, they were done. They were done at halftime against Auburn. And that's really why I picked Florida to win this game. I'm fully aware Arkansas is coming off a bye week, fully aware that Arkansas plays a higher caliber of football in the month of November, but it was so hard to overlook the way they played against Auburn, how poorly they looked against Auburn. And it was just on a whole other level like I've never seen before, even including the John L. Smith years, and that's saying a lot. I haven't missed an Arkansas Razorback game either on TV or watching it in person, mostly on TV, right? Like the majority of people, in a really long time. And I'm telling you, that was the worst I've ever seen Arkansas look. So, again, that was just refreshing in my mind as I was breaking this game down. Like, I just don't know if Arkansas has it in them to beat Florida. And that 1-0 philosophy that Brett Bielema preaches worked. It worked. The Razorbacks completely bought in. Rob Smith finally had a week where they played. This is the first time all year they played complete football on the defensive side of the ball for 4 straight quarters. For 4 straight quarters. Let's hope they keep that confidence going in against LSU. They're going to need it. But I just was really impressed with the way the defense looked. Let's talk about why the Florida Gators lost this game and the fashion in which they lost this game. Let's talk about why Arkansas won the game. We can kill 2 birds with 1 stone. When you look at total, when you look at first downs and turnovers and everything, Arkansas had 23 first downs to Florida's 13. Remember I said that in my last video. It's going to come down to the red zone offense and first downs. And Arkansas dominated first downs by 10. 241 total yards. Arkansas stopped the run game. They forced Luke Del Rio, who I've always thought, every time I've watched him play this year, has looked pretty good. Doesn't have an NFL arm, doesn't have that high arm strength, but he's a guy who, for the most part, has been a pretty decent decision maker up until he's come back from his injury. I thought he was a good looking quarterback, and he's just really starting to spiral down. I mean, I thought there for a little while they're going to bench him. I really did. I thought in the second half they're going to bring in somebody else. He looked that poor, that was probably one of the most surprising things to me. But again, Arkansas forcing him to throw the football, completely dominating Florida's run game. Raleigh Williams running all over these guys. These are all major contributing factors. Time of possession. They had the ball for 20 minutes. And Arkansas had the ball for 39 minutes. So nearly 2-1 total time of possession. That's not good. That's not how you beat Arkansas. It's not. If you're going to try and, we called this a mirror match last week, and it kind of is. I mean, these are 2 teams that don't run high tempo. They like to establish the ground game. Obviously, Florida does it running out of the pistol. They tried to they tried to switch things up on offense. It just didn't work. They sold out for the run. They left their corners on an island a little bit. They actually had trust in their corners, and I've been saying it all year. I think Arkansas secondary should be a lot more respected. Should get a lot more respect from local media and national media. The Arkansas secondary, I think, is legit. Safeties are starting to play better. Liddell continues to show me that he's He stepped his game up. Again, not saying he's some all-world, all-conference safety, but he's looked pretty good when I've watched him play. Everybody on defense, there was really never a time that I would sit and watch a guy and think, oh my God, how is he on the field? For the first time this year. For the first time, I know we've all bashed, some of the decision making and the guys playing in certain positions, especially when it comes to the offensive line. That's a whole other story. But on the defensive side of the ball, everything worked. And Florida just could not get anything established on offense. I mean, they had total offense as a team under 20 yards rushing. That is awful. That's not how you beat Arkansas. That's why they lost. They lost because they never could establish the ground game. They lost because Del Rio he played a good secondary. Maybe the best secondary he's played all year, if you want my opinion. Now, he'll play a better secondary when he plays LSU. But Arkansas' secondary is not to be overlooked. And Del Rio found out the hard way. Austin Allen didn't have a very good game. He finally had a game where the Auburn game, you knew why, right? But even in this game, in Florida, playing against Florida in Fayetteville, he had time to throw, but his decision-making at times, especially in the first half, I think he started off 2 of 10 passing. It was either 2 of 9 or 2 of 10 passing. It was not good. He wasn't in rhythm. He wasn't synced up with his receivers. As the game went on, he played better football. He really did. But finally had a game where you thought, ooh, I don't know. But then he threw some touchdowns. He led the offense down the field and did what Austin Allen does. Didn't really do anything to hurt his reputation as being a really good quarterback in the SEC. So that's why they won 31-10. They had an outstanding game and they played typical November Arkansas football. That's just what happens. Gonna break down LSU this week. I can't wait. This is really Arkansas's last great game of the year. I know Mississippi State's gonna be an interesting matchup when you consider what they've been able to do lately and the fact that they beat Texas A&M. And, of course, they're going to play Mizzou the last game of the year or the regular season. And then we'll get into bowl season. I'm just so excited. I hope you guys are too. So, Pictro Network, Tyzilla 83. Thank you guys. Remember to like, comment, share the content you're watching, and tap the subscribe button if you haven't already. Until the next video, you guys try like hell to be kind to one another. Peace.